for having me. I've got a large scale and thriving natural farming business, a young family, and a multitude of commitments to various communities that I'm a part of. So it's not insignificant that, given time is always not necessarily on my side, it's not insignificant that I've been motivated to speak here today and to submit via written application. Look, this bill to me there's a number of really serious concerns I have around it. The way I see it is that, and if you'll excuse it, I'll just be focusing largely on the agricultural side of things. I think as New Zealand food producers, we hold a really unique advantage in the world, and it seems to me that any talk around just wanting to be put on the same level as some of our competitors, I don't know, my simple worldview, it seems to me that we're bringing ourselves down to their level, because I think our natural advantage is really clear. I'm exasperated that there's been no consideration here to cost-benefit analysis or market or trade implications. I really support a lot of the industry guidance in terms of recommendations around making sure that this is included in the bill. Listening to the people that effectively are owning this bill, a few things stood out to me. Quite a few questions they had no understanding of the question, which I thought was interesting. Very much, it's clearly been modelled on Australia's bill, and given the pretty significant difference in our kind of macro sort of export settings, again, I question why we wouldn't be at least running a more unique and New Zealand-focused lens over some of the potential issues. Again, interesting that there's no ethics component to the bill. I would have thought that would have to be front and centre. I think we all know that as any exporter of food in New Zealand, you have to declare that you're GMO free. We know there's value in our GMO free status. Fonterra is part of the non-GMO project. To me it's significant. I think we really risk our reputation here, and again, I believe that any benefits that come to this country will be directed towards industry as opposed to farmer, and the farmer will be the one that pays. So that's really all I've got to say. I'm happy to take questions.
Thank you, Willie. Thank you very much for your submission today, and very much appreciate you taking the time, and all the best to you and your family. Thanks, mate. Cheers. Okay.
And did we not have time for questions?
He wasn't 5 minutes, was he?
No, because he never got cut off.
Yeah, anyway, he raises a really good point. It's actually going to be put onto farmers, the cost of contamination. It's not put on the people that are actually introducing it. It's not put onto the producers. It's put onto the thing. And we've heard a lot, I think, over the last 2 live streams about can there be coexistence? What about contamination? And where you have contamination, you can't have coexistence. And the liability to get rid of it is put on farmers. And that's what happened in the US with that Scots Triffid grass. They just basically walked away, and the farmers were left with the bill of and the taxpayers of the county, and all of the environmentalists, which I sort of lean towards myself, they're sort of in great distress that this sort of perennial has been introduced to the ecosystem that's destroying natural, indigenous life forms, basically, because the Roundup Ready interbreeds with the native grasses, and then they take on the Roundup Ready characteristic. And so basically you've destroyed the genetic integrity of the native grass. And that's what farmers are facing, that they're sort of left with this contamination issue, and this bill completely ignores it. And I think Willie was really right, and poor thing that they just cut him off, and he left plenty of time for questions, and they don't want to even talk to farmers. And why is that?
I think that's more an indictment on Sam himself, but yes.
Thanks for watching. Make sure you're subscribed to our Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Instagram, TikTok, News Scout, the Order Paper Podcast.